Please go ahead, Veda.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, dedicated parents, friends, and passionate viewers, welcome to another webinar conducted by Rockwoods on National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test, also called as NEET. This is a platform of aspiration, determination, and excellence. Today, we stand on the threshold of one of the most challenging exams in the world, NEET. As we embark on this journey together, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for joining us from various corners of the globe, united by a common goal to conquer NEET and pave the way for the brighter future in the field of medicine. As we embark on this journey, together, I extend my gratitude to each one of you for joining us from various corners of the globe, and especially thanking our online viewers from Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook. Your presence amplifies our spirit, reminding us that we are not alone in this pursuit of excellence. Once again, welcome to a NEET webinar conducted by Rockwoods. Next slide, please. Today's webinar is about Rockwoods NEET Academy, empowering future doctors. Next slide. Today's in today's webinar, all your answers about what is NEET and who conducts this exam, the strategies that students need to use in order to crack this exam, the pattern of this exam, the exam mode, and the total marks of this competitive exam called NEET, and all other your questions will be clarified and answered. To answer all your questions, joining us is our CEO, Mr. Subramaniam, today to shed the light on this topic. And I'm your host, Vedashri, a proud alumna of Rockwoods. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Veda. Very good evening, everyone.
To kick things off, I would like to ask you to start from basics and build the information up. Over to you, sir.
Sure, definitely. That would greatly help all our viewers today. Let me quickly talk about what is NEET. NEET stands for National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test. And this examination is conducted especially children who wanted to pursue their undergraduation for, in medical courses, MBBS, BDS, BHMS, Ayush, and all the type of medical courses. If you wanted to pursue, you must take up this examination. And this exam is also conducted for PG, MD, and MS as well. But in this webinar, we are going to shed light more on NEET UG. And this examination is conducted by NTA. All of you would have heard a lot this name recently with the controversy that we have on the NEET examination. We will dwell more on NEET as we move on. I'm sure children who have taken up this examination, they might have been well aware of this examination structure, but to ensure that everyone understand what this NEET exam, how this examination structure is, let me quickly talk, the various subjects, marking scheme, question paper pattern, and also duration. In the NEET exam, you are going to be tested on 3 core subjects. Those are physics, chemistry, and biology. Biology again divided into botany and zoology. And marking scheme is going to be very, very, very simple. If you attempt the answer correctly, you are going to be given 4 marks. And if you attempt it wrongly, there is going to be a negative, 1 mark. And if you don't attempt, obviously there is no positive or no negative mark. So looking at this, accuracy while you are attempting the questions is very, very, very important. And question paper pattern, you will have overall 200 questions. those are divided among these three subjects: physics, chemistry, and biology. Biology will have major chunk of these questions, right? 100 questions are going to be from biology, typically 50 from botany and zoology. Here and there, some number of questions may vary between botany and zoology. And out of 100, you can attempt 90 questions, which are spread across two sections. Same, in case of physics and chemistry, each subject you will have 50 questions, and which are spread across two sections, and you can attempt 45 questions out of those 50. So, meaning out of 200, you can attempt up to 180 questions. Remember, when you are attempting, if you do correctly, 4 marks. If you do, incorrect answer, you are going to get 1 negative marking. So, please be aware of that. And duration of the exam is 3 hours, 20 minutes. I would say one of the very, very, very long exam, I would say. Now that you understand what is NEET and examination structure, let me talk about what are the different strategic pathways to crack this competitive examination. Many parents and students ask me this question: how is that I can crack NEET examination? I would put 4 very, very, very simple steps. First one is starting early preparation and having very good study plans. If someone is planning to attempt this exam, if you start preparing from the beginning of your 11th, you will have good 2 years, 11th and 12th, and you will have greatest advantage on your side. In case if you are taking long term, remember, starting all the way from beginning, right from today. That way you will have close to 11 months in your hands to prepare thoroughly every subject and having good study plan. What does it mean? When you are part of any long-term program or 11th and 12th program, listening to classes every day effectively without missing single day, and right after listening, practicing those chapters, questions during the study time in the campus, and also following it up with good homework habits, after going home. All of these are going to help any child, any student who wanted to give a good crack at NEET examination. And second, very important step, I would say, is clarity on the syllabus and pattern. Having good understanding of the syllabus, which chapters are included as part of the NEET examination. As all of you are aware, syllabus is typically picked from NCERT books. However, look at the syllabus released by NTA so that you will have a good and detailed understanding of the syllabus. If you look at syllabus, there are certain chapters which have more weightage, looking at the history of the NEET examination. There are some chapters which you can park it towards the end, given their priority. That way you can pace your preparation. And understanding of the pattern also will give good boost as part of your preparation. And the third important step is staying motivated throughout the preparation. As part of your preparation, definitely the institutes will be conducting daily practice tests, DPTs, and weekend tests. In those examinations, at times, you may not do well. You don't have to worry, looking at those scores. Remember, those are mock tests. But what is more important is understanding the mistakes that you have done. Right? That way, you should continue to stay motivated throughout your preparation and look at ways and means to find how to improve your scores. Also remember to keep goals and weekly goals, monthly goals, daily goals, and periodically check how well, how far you have progressed on those goals. Accordingly, adjust your goals if required. All of these things would help you to keep on track, on course, on cracking NEET examination. And fourth step, whenever you are in dilemma, whenever you are in confusion state, whenever you are feeling little demotivated, don't hesitate to seek help. It might come from your own parents, it might come from your friends, classmates, it might come from the counselor, who would have been there in that institute. It would have come from, from lecturers in the campus. And sometimes it might be your seniors as well. Taking help, seeking help can play a very crucial role in having good success, difficult kind of NEET kind of examination. These strategic pathways would help you to crack NEET examination very, very effortlessly. And one more very important factor that would contribute to the success of NEET is the quality of the study material. Remember how many ever study materials that you might have. NCERT is going to be the core material that you must use, as NTA is going to take the syllabus from NCERT books, and they will look at these books for preparing the question papers. So covering NCERT books thoroughly is going to give a lot of advantage to the students who are making use of NCERT books. And apart from that, making use of institute specific material. At Rockwoods, we have our own exclusive material for NEET. So the way how questions are asked in the NEET examination, we have prepared for every chapter somewhere around 200 to 400 questions with wide variety of questions, trying to validate child conceptual understanding much deeper. Again, reason and assertion type of questions. All the type of questions are going to be part of in this material, and you must make use of such material for thoroughly preparing for NEET. After utilizing NCERT and then Rockwoods exclusive material, referring to any other material which would be optional, may help even further improve your score. And as part of NEET preparation at Rockwoods NEET Academy, what we do is everyday children do listen to faculty members, and they also practice whatever chapters that are covered, concepts that are covered in the classroom. But at the end of the day, if child is evaluated in the form of daily practice tests, they will look at themselves how well the day went through. In case if it did not go well, subsequently students will be able to adjust their focus levels, their preparation levels, so that day's preparations can be much better and better day by day. At Rockwoods, we do daily practice tests. And as part of practice, it is also very important to cover previous year questions that have come. Chapter by chapter, whatever questions are covered, from that chapter, if you make those questions included as part of your practice, children will have a lot of advantage when they go for NEET examination. And finally, the mock test. Every weekend, we conduct mock test. It is going to simulate the exact, exam, the way how NEET is conducted. The difficulty level, the duration, and also examination time, all that. So that way children will understand out of 720 marks, how many marks they're able to get. And right after the exam, the immediate next working day, we also help children to do the error analysis. The questions which children could not attempt, the questions which children have attempted wrongly. We make sure children are maintaining error analysis notebook. They solve these questions in that notebook. Meaning, right after exam, they understand the questions that they made mistake. Imagine if children are taking 4 mock tests in a month, meaning 4 times they would have done error analysis. And that way, the subsequent exams, they will be able to do much better and better. That's about in terms of what NEET is and NEET examination structure and strategic pathways to crack NEET exam. And finally, we also have looked at the mock test and practice test. Now, let me talk about how Rockwoods NEET Academy is different from the other institutes. What is the advantage if a student is joining for NEET coaching at Rockwoods NEET Academy? How we are different from the others? What is so unique about Rockwoods? Let me answer this question now. At Rockwoods, we follow a specific giant wheel approach. This is well proven approach in order to ensure children see success NEET kind of examination. So as part of this approach, the very first thing that we do is we help children to master NCERT books. Please give me a moment. All right. So the first thing that we do is, as we mentioned, the syllabus is given from NCERT, and hence making sure that children are mastering NCERT would be the first right step for any child who wanted to attempt NEET examination. Right after mastering NCERT, we also make students to practice the worksheets that we have in the Rockwoods curated material. Again, as I mentioned, for every chapter, we have somewhere around 200 to 400 questions. Those questions are in a similar pattern how the questions are coming in the NEET examination. And third important step is we ensure that learning is always asynchronous, meaning what happens in the classroom, we ensure children also practice in the study hours, and after children complete the end of the day, after the college timings, we also ensure children prepare whatever concepts that are covered in the campus and what they have practiced in the campus, they must practice additionally towards the end of the day. That way, learning is always in parallel, multiple ways it will happen. That way, children feel very, very, very deeply connected with concepts so that they feel very, very, very comfortable when they take up the exam. And fourth, very important step, I would say capacity building. Not many institutes focus on this. At Rockwoods NEET Academy, we focus on this. Most of the colleges or institutes, they focus on the core subjects, botany, zoology, physics, and chemistry. But at Rockwoods, beyond these subjects, we also help children to build, super reading programs. What this program is going to do is, in the NEET examination, children have very crunchy situation with, time. They are going to have just a minute time to read the question, understand the question, and solve it and bubble it. Meaning, children should be able to read very quickly and understand the question quickly. At Rockwoods, we conduct programs so that children can read quickly, understand quickly. That way, they will have an advantage compared to the other children, not only in the subject but also able to read questions. Especially when you look at NEET 2024 examination. Many children across the nation have struggled to complete reading all the questions because paper was lengthy. Whereas our students, we didn't have that problem. So that kind of techniques we do at Rockwoods. And apart from that, we also help children to practice for longer hours. And we simulate NEET kind of examinations pretty much every week and on daily basis for close to 20 to 30 minutes. So all of those techniques would greatly help children. And fifth one, this is a mock test. Every weekend we conduct mock test in the same pattern as the NEET examination is. And right after conducting exam, we also do the counseling to children by the faculty. That way children understand the mistakes that they have done, and exam after exam, children will become better and better. Their confidence levels will go very high. And time efficiency will nicely creep in with asynchronous learning, capacity building, multiple mock tests, and expert counseling, and also error analysis. Last one, we also encourage group learning. At times, when you allow children to discuss, debate among themselves during lunchtime, during evening walk time, they feel better understanding of those concepts, and when they start performing in the exam, they feel the advantage of the group learning as well. So this is about Rockwoodian edge, Rockwoodian approach, and this is something very unique to our institute, and we have helped many children to crack NEET examination using this approach. And faculty at Rockwoods, I would say, are very experienced, close to 20 to 30 years of experience for each of the subject, I would say. And for every subject, we have minimum 2, maximum 3 faculty members. And these faculty members not only are experienced, they are also experts. And they have been in this field for a very long time. And, we are very much happy, and, we are very esteemed to have such kind of faculty members. All that I can assure all the viewers over here is your preparation for NEET is going to be rock solid at Rockwoods, and it is going to be very safe. And I can assure you the seat guarantee in the NEET examination. And these are our, some of our students who have cracked NEET examination very recently. Tanisha and Aishwarya, who have scored 565 and 564. Apart from those 2 children, and these are few more: Renuka, Nandini, and Chaitanya, and Sirini. Mrudula, Vedang, and Nischay are few more children, and Anusha, Sampriti, and Rutvik as well, Harika and Yashwant also, and Raghavendra Prabhas and Dharani as well. That's about Rockwoods NEET Academy. I hope I covered in detail about NEET examination and various strategies, different pathways, and Rockwoodian approach. Back to you, Veda. If there are any questions, I'll be more than happy to clarify.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for a wonderful session. I would say this was a bit different than what we have done previously. And as that being said, we do have a couple of questions. Okay, let me just go through it. How does capacity building as you have previously talked about these components in in the presentation, how does capacity building and time efficiency help a student crack a competitive exam like NEET?
So sure, Veda, I think I covered a bit of it as part of Rockwoodian approach. As I
Yes.
most of the institute typically tend to ignore improving child capacity in doing taking it to next level. At Rockwoods we ensure one is as part of capacity building we conduct super reading program, and another capacity building activity that I remember doing for our children is, especially when it comes to physics and chemistry, most of the NEET students struggle doing simple calculations. We remember, giving math faculty, especially the kind of calculations that we have to do for NEET examination. That kind of capacity building activity greatly helped children to perform better in the NEET exam. And there were some of the children who were not able to focus as part of the classroom, as part of the exam. There were some cases where children were getting nice sleep as well, during the examination. I can understand given the length of this examination is, considered. At Rockwoods, we provided children, meditation kind of techniques, able to sit for, we started with 5 minute, 10 minute, 20 minute, and 30 minute kind of, meditation program that will bring down the anxiety levels among the children, that will ensure calmness among the children, that will ensure to be able to focus on the subject during the class, during the examination. These are very little tiny things, I would say, but overall, it would greatly help children to perform better, and they themselves could feel a lot better mentally and in terms of their confidence, in terms of their preparation, would go to really to the next level. And these are some of the capacity building activities. And there are cases where we also do motivational sessions in house, and also there are some external people who come in. We do goal setting for children, and we help children to which kind of questions just by looking at you can decide to attempt or you can decide to leave it. Considering NEET exam is based on the accuracy, right? And with all of this, I'm sure time efficiency would nicely come into play, and children will be able to read all 200 questions and can attempt a maximum of even 180 questions, so that they can have very 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 good score in the NEET examination.
Thank you, sir. And we have another question. I think here the question is about one of the major factor in the preparation of competitive exams, that I would say. What's the importance of regular standard mock tests and expert faculty?
Mock test would definitely help you to understand how well our preparation is going through. Sometimes when you listen to faculty, you will feel like you're understanding everything, right? So when you read, also you feel in the similar manner. So in order to understand how well you are focusing in the classroom, how well you are practicing as part of the study hour, if you wanted to test yourself, this mock test would give you very good scorecard. And when you look at the mock test, when you look at the scores, and then you will be able to understand, and you will be able to change the strategies that you are using as part of your practice. So they are like mirror. It will reflect right on your face, and it will tell you, yes, you have done well. No, you are not doing well. Yes, you have done decently well, and there is a scope for improvement. all of such kind of understanding you can get from the mock test. And write directly, through your preparation, going to the exam center and writing the NEET exam, you will have a lot of anxiety that will go away with this mock test. And apart from all of these benefits, what mock test would help you to do is, especially the questions that you do wrong, the questions which you could not attempt in the exam, if you can solve those things as part of your error analysis notebooks. At Rockwoods, we make every student to maintain subject-wise one error analysis notebook. Suppose you have done one DPT. Next day you are going to solve two questions you have not done. We'll make you solve with that. At the weekend you have done somewhere around 14-15 questions you have done wrongly. We ask you to solve those questions over there. That way, whatever mistakes that you are doing, you are refining them, you are correcting them, you are becoming better and better. The purpose of the examination is, very important purpose of the examination is to rectify, to understand the mistake, to understand what are the correct answers of those mistakes. That purpose is achieved, and when you achieve that purpose, success is 100% guaranteed at NEET kind of examination.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that answer. I think that's all the questions that we got. But there's something I would want to announce something new, is that for all the viewers and all the viewers from all other platforms that we have watching, I just want to inform you that our next webinar is going to be all about a Q&A session where you can ask us questions. So, how do you ask this question? It is, we have a question poll on our Instagram. So where you can go on our Instagram page and ask us question related to NEET, and we will be more than happy to answer your questions in the next webinar. I think as we always strive to do something new and also informative, this is something exciting, right? I don't think we've ever announced next webinar's topic in the webinar before that. But yes, a new news. I hope that today's webinar was useful and fruitful for a lot of parents and students out there. As that being said, as we always promise, we will come back to you with another interesting webinar. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
One point which I wanted to add before closing this session, there is a question that has come. When we need long-term coaching going to start? So the answer to that is, we have just started our NEET long-term coaching. Our batch has started on 10th June. So it's not too far, and students have started attending these sessions, and they feel very comfortable. And it is a time for you to walk in and attend the NEET Super 30 program at Rockwoods right from tomorrow, and make use of the best for your NEET preparation. I wish you all the best. Hope to see you in the next webinar. Bye all.